Welcome back to my YouTube channel. It's it's been a whole while. I have been sick here and there, and I've been a little bit busy, but I'm back today. I'm back for the finale of the series I started, which is about portfolio and how you could create a portfolio. And yeah, I will be sharing the slide from my friend's work that he did. So some sort of presentation. And we're starting off with what the definition of a portfolio is, right? A portfolio is a flat case used to carry loose sheet of paper or a combination of investment or sample of works completed. So what this means is that a portfolio is not only a design showcase of your work. It's also a way where investors sometimes do show what they've invested in and things like that. And there is a physical type of portfolio and there is a digital portfolio. In fact, graphic designers often print their portfolio into a work and bind it together and show people instead of like what we do now with the digital portfolio. So if we go to the next slide, we see the reasons why we need a portfolio. A portfolio is a visual representation of your work and skill at any given time. It is necessary to make it accessible at all times as it can speak for you in places you may not be present. By showing an evidence of relevant works and abilities, it convinces people that you can walk the talk, which means that you can actually do the work that you'll be needing to. So that's why in portfolio, it always makes sense to have, your most professional work, right? If we go to the next slide, when you're developing a portfolio, these are the things you need, right? You need to choose a template. You need to showcase your best projects. You need to use high quality images, include the right content and features, improve your portfolio UX, work on your site SEO, and make it mobile friendly. So this is applicable to, portfolio, and I'm going to show you a couple different of portfolios that I do have, and we're also going to create a portfolio account so that I can show you how you could create your own portfolio basically. If we go to the next slide, we also have different varieties of portfolios. So there's one for the website, which means that you could have your portfolio on your personal website and host it for yourself. Or you could if you can afford to get developers, pay them, and they would create your own personal portfolio, and all you need to do is put content into that portfolio. And there is also a PDF one where you export everything to PDF, and when people ask for that, you share them that PDF. And there's also a physical one where you create a printable version of your portfolio and share it to people when they need that. And the last thing there is what I mentioned, and it's there to just let you know that okay, hey, if you have an award or a mention, it's also a type of portfolio that you could showcase. Now, we'll go to the next one. Portfolio websites, right? There are website creation tools like Squarespace, WordPress, Webflow, and so on that you could use to create if you want to have a website, right? There's also platforms like Dribbble where you could post your full portfolio. Now I saw that they have case studies and things like that over there. You could also post it on Behance or Figma community. It's also a place where you could put your portfolio, right? And there's also traditional platforms like, your LinkedIn, your Twitter. All those are forms of portfolio, right? You could also put it on your Instagram and things like that. Um, Now we go to the portfolio myth. What do people really mistake about portfolio? is that you need a lot of experience to create portfolios. I can complete building your portfolio. Is that the portfolio is not a product. There's a standard to building a portfolio, which there is not actually. Every portfolio should be enhanced by your own personality, right? That it must be a website. Definitely does not need to be a website, right? And the reason why it's called portfolio is that you can share whatever you have or you're working on, right? So it doesn't have to be a website. That you know it needs to have a professional look to it. That I don't need more than one portfolio. You definitely need more than one if you can. That you can copy someone's portfolio as well. So all of those are the myth of portfolios, and I'll just dive into the computer to show you some of the ways that I've been able to my own portfolios and things like that. Let me minimize my work. So the first one is my website areas.com. So back in the day, I created this website by myself, and it's just a basic thing, right? And I didn't really have much info in there. I'm not really mostly a portfolio guy, right? I used to have most of my portfolios in a PDF, or I could just send you a link. But then alongside that, at some point I created Behance. I already have the Behance. I just started uploading, but definitely I have a lot of amazing works that I haven't even published. This was because I just needed to publish something. So for example, like this loan app I did, and just something I worked on, and I had to create the whole process with my portfolio and didn't really give a lot of like context of the work here. And some of the things I'm going to show you is that I split it into different types so that it can become easy, accessible, and readable, things for people. And not a lot of people do that on their portfolio, and it's something I do want to touch on. Yeah, definitely, we're going to touch on all other things. And I also have a Dribbble portfolio as well, but there are not a lot of information in that. Dribbble.com/areas. So this is my Dribbble portfolio. I don't have much internet. I recently even it's very, very important to create a portfolio. And another example of that portfolio is if we go to Figma, the video, which I'm going to be showcasing right now. I don't know why this video is just funny, but as you can see, I've created some couple of designs with my Figma portfolio, and yeah. This is headers and footers that we worked on, and this is currently my new website. Let me show you the work that has been done on that. So currently, this is my new portfolio that has been worked on. As you can see, it's more or less like into the modern field and things like that. It's not yet done, so there's just a lot of work to do in this perspective, but definitely it's something I'm working on. So now I'm going to show you how you can create your own portfolio and how you could export your own works to your portfolio. So if we go to Dribbble, the first thing we're going to export is, the work I did is the work. So we're going to be exporting this to my portfolio, both on Dribbble and on Behance, right? So the first thing we're going to do is to see how do people even, if you're exporting for your Dribbble that has this long kind of page, how do people do it, or how do people break it down to make sure it makes sense, right? What we're going to do is we go to our Dribbble, and we would search for landing pages. Okay, so a typical fashion of a landing page is mostly like this. People kind of giving just a highlight of what the page will look like. Like for example, this is a crypto page. So the person describing what it's about, and that they are open for new projects with their email, and they are you know, Instagram, LinkedIn, and some templates, right? So, if you really look about this, also this style where, you know, it's just a little bit about the project and, the box, whatever. Um, there's also this style, but a lot of these people are using Dribble Pro. But I just want us to kind of like go through this without needing the Pro. So we're going to definitely export something like this and something like this, just to give people a lot more context about what we're working on. So there's a tool called Slice. So there's a tool called Slice tool, and the purpose is for you to just slice things and export them to your portfolio, or just export them, just create a slice of your design. So what we're going to do is we're going to create a slice of this, right, of this main page. And if you as you can see, it went to the hero, but what I want to do is I want to have the nav in the file as well. So I'll be taking the slice up a bit. What I will do now is I would click on the export and say, I click on the export and say, hey, we want it as JPEG. And this is the size of your export, right? How large do you want it to be? So I would say 2x and click on export. That would download to my laptop, right? And I could drag that into the file. But then each and every But then um, each and every platform has their own upload size. So we'll go to Behance, we'll go to Dribbble, and we will try to see what their upload size are. So they said that they want only 16 by 1200. Anything higher can't go there, right? So what we're going to do is we will then go back to our Figma. They said 16 by 1200, so we create a frame of a social media Dribbble. Okay, 16 by, let's just create one. 1600 by 1200. And we will put this in to the file. And we will just create a little bit of round border radius. And another thing we want to also do is we want to give an accent color to the background so that it feels like something is in the works, right? Then we'll go to the fill and choose a lighter shade of blue, just to kind of like give that background a little bit of pop. Another thing that people do is they create a circle and they push it down a little bit and it's black. So what they will do is they'll create an effect of layer blur and they'll increase that to kind of like gives a blur, and they put it at the back of the design. So another thing we could do is change this from black to like light gray, or even if it's a black, we could just reduce the opacity so it gives it that it is that effect. So once we export it, we'll just say, hey, we want this, the size, and it should be JPEG. So it would drop. You could name the file if you want, but at this point, naming the file is pointless. So we'll just drag this and drop in it. It's asking for the name of the file. We'll just say prime hydration landing page. This was a YouTube video for prime hydration. Thanks for watching. So once we do that, we would then click on continue, and we would add tags to it. So the tags is the SEO we were talking about in the beginning of the video that helps people discover your video. So for example, it's UI, it's landing page, prime hydration, drink company, UX design. So basically, tags that you think would help the video, or the tags that you think would help the photo get discovered more by Dribbble, then we'll publish now, right? So this will publish to our Dribbble. Another thing we could then do is the other style of what we're working on, and we'll just go back to our slice, and we would increase the size of the slice to somewhere like here, and we'll export it. Then we'll take the footer as well to the top, and we'll export it as well. So once we go back to our file, we'll just create probably a duplicate of that and say, hey, what the hell, what is this? I'm bringing the first file in. We'll reduce the size. Reduce the size, and we'll take the second file in. I don't know, I'm just tired, I guess. And we'll reduce the size and showcase it from the top. That is to give the two styles that are so notably on Dribbble. And we'll make the round edges 4 or something, just to give it a little bit of curved edge. And we can also export that, or we could change the color to light yellow or something. No, light yellow doesn't work. Maybe this, yeah. This also doesn't work, but it makes sense. Yeah, we could go with that, or should we choose like full purple? Yeah, we could go with the purple and just export it, right? Then our work is now live, right? This is a YouTube video on prime hydration. Thanks for working. Thanks for watching. So we could upload another one. Untitle it. Say continue, and put the same tags that we had there. UI. So once we have all this, we'll just publish. So if you go to our profile right now, it shows up on my profile right now. So I'm going to be linking the Dribbble down so that you can check it down in the description so that you can check it by yourself. So we go to Behance, which is another popular place where people upload their portfolio. We will just click on share your work, right? And once we click on share your work, there's a lot to Behance. That's more than Dribbble. So, but what I want us to do is to create different slices of the page, because I don't want the page to be ones in the page, right? To be, how do I say this? I don't just want one section of the website, right? So what we're going to do is go back to this and say slice 3. I definitely want it in like 3 slices or so. And once we duplicate that, we'll take that up a little bit. So we would export all this. No, let me do it one by one. 1, 2, 3. So you might be asking, if I was to export it one by one, what about the space between the file, right? So all we gotta do is just select that image section and bring it in. So it creates the first section of the prime hydration, and we could bring the second section in, We could bring the third section in, or the last final section. Once all this uploads, so once all the images are uploaded, you might be asking, how do we close the gap that's between here, right? You just go to your styles and you remove the content spacing, right? And you save it. You see that everything aligns properly, although it doesn't in mine, but theoretically you could, that's how it's supposed to. Then at the last section, we're going to add a text, which would be the video of the video. Let's just put that in. Now we can select all this video and change it from paragraph to like header or something. And yeah, below there we could just add not a text but a media. Sorry, we could just add a video, for example, and I've just sent the video. So we'll wait for it to upload. So now that the file has been uploaded and it has been successfully uploaded to Behance, said it will be converting it to the web format or web friendly format. So what we're just going to do is just go ahead and go to the settings for this design, right? We'll change the cover and pick the cover we made by pressing the plus here. Is this good to go? We'll wait for that to upload. And when it's done uploading, we'll just crop and we'll give the project title. We'll select the tag like we used to. Yeah, soft drink. Portfolio, then materials and software we use, which is Figma, and that's it. Oh, Figma, yeah, and Photoshop. Because I used Photoshop in some areas, especially for that hand and bottle. Yeah, and yes, it's going to be in product design, so visibility to everyone. And this does not contain adult content. If yours does, you could tick that button. Then yeah, we'll say publish, and it would say it takes a few minutes and definitely publish. And as you can see, yeah, this are various ways in which you can see that the video is here as well. We could play it. You could also check out, let's check out my LinkedIn. So you see how I've been posting things as like a portfolio for me on my LinkedIn, even though it's not a portfolio based platform. You see that I have a featured section. So this featured section is how I display my portfolio. The third video, then the NFT one I did, and you could just scroll through and see a couple of things I've worked on. So with the Twitter one, you just go ahead and just tweet things. So for example, so for my Twitter right now, you just scroll through a media. For example, right now, this is what I have pinned, but you could have your portfolio pinned. And yeah, your media, although I have some questionable tweets, but I have Link3 on my profile, which my Linktree links to all the portfolios, all the various portfolios I have. So this has been an amazing video, and I really thank you for watching it. You know, it's definitely been a great journey. I loved every one of it. Is this going to be the end of all of my videos? No. Am I going to have others that I will be coming up with? Yes. There's going to be research series. There's going to be, you know, me reviewing people's design. There's going to be, yeah, couple of amazing videos coming. Few vlogs here and there. But this has been an amazing one. Catch you in the next one. Thank you for watching my video. Bye.